everybody, and welcome to Reads Spider-Man Crawl Space Edition. Check us out the SpiderManCrawlspace.com.
Yeah.
Of course, we review Ultimate Spider-Man number 14 by Jonathan Hickman and David Chicchetto as we get into the big final chapter of Kraven's Last Hunt. So, how did this issue go? Well, it was quite the ride. So, let's get into the pros. Number one, I really do enjoy how this is. The one thing about all the issues that have been going on here is how each one takes each month, and it usually takes over days or weeks and everything. And we kind of get a timeline. But I do like the fact that how Peter and Harry are trying to survive through the Savage Land as they're trying to get to, of course, the border of everything. It's really cool seeing how Peter and Harry survive, as well as how they're kind of making it as they're being hunted by Kraven. Is it's very thing. One thing Kraven was designed originally by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko was based off the book The World's Danger, Most Dangerous Game, about hunters that hunted other humans. And I really like that Hickman really gets into this, and also the fact we get the little storylines. I really do like the fact that they're talking about, especially Harry, about the insurance program, that if him or Gwen died, how there was different forever level securities and protocols, but of course it didn't happen since Peter didn't trust Otto with anything. I do like the fact that Harry says, "You're a smart man, Peter, smarter than I knew about this," and it's really nice getting this really huge piece between Peter and Harry. We see the friendship, the survival, and the different ethics that have gone with the two of them since for the last year, and this is really amazing. I also like how the Sinister Six is playing into how the Mole Man actually comes here trying to help them, saying about despite everything with Kraven, he's really not on the sides, and having him and the Moloids help each other. I also like the fact that Mysterio's involvement in here, basically saying that he's got a little game in here. The Sinister Six is not really united as they thought they were. They're very divided. They all have their little areas. I mean, Kingpin doesn't even know about what's going on with Peter and Harry, the fact that they have found out their secret identities and everything. And it's really, really a cool aspect. I also like the little subplot with, of course, Richard meeting Felicia Hardying in this universe, and they're actually only about a little over a year apart. And I actually like this kind of relationship about them talking about legacies, even though Richard doesn't really tell about his parents are keeping that secret identity with the Pico Tech, and also the fact that Felicia says herself, she's been put up to this take over, but her fact that her father being almost killed, she's basically he's been muscled out of the Ultimate Sinister Six and everything else, and it really puts into the anti-hero kind of pieces that we're seeing building with this Felicia, and I do like the fact that they are close in age, and we know there's romance in here. Come on, he's a Parker, she's a Hardy, it's going to happen. And I really do it. I really do like when we get to the point that both Peter and Harry kind of break down the fact that Craven's been hunting them, he's been attacking them, torturing them, threatens their families and everything. And the fact that Peter, when he finally is cornered with him, really, really just takes him to town, just destroying his weapons, beating him within an inch life, but then, of course, telling him that, of course, he's not like here, he's not like Craven, he won't kill him. And of course, Craven pulls the end thing with the big shocker. He shoots through Peter to kill Harry, which leads him to almost killing Craven the Hunter, or at least beating him within an inch of his life. It is so merciless and it is so Craven. And this shocker that Harry dies, or at least we know it looks like he's died. I mean, there's a little bit about that. I'll talk a little bit too as we move on to the cons of the issue, though it's very much is just shocking, and seeing Peter push over as it's an amazing story. I think the only are is when Peter does finally, make the deal to get out of Savage Land after, Craven killed half the Melvoids, killed Harry and everything, and Mysterio tells him that basically he somehow ends up back at his apartment. We don't know how or when or how many days. It'll look like he was freshly shot to Mary Jane and said, "We got to run." I think it's the problem because we don't really get the timeline. We definitely know days and weeks have passed in this issue at 14 to do that whole month timeline, but there's no real parts. Also, the fact that we kind of saw that there was going to be a breakdown of Peter and Harry's friendship, as the fact that he will not kill Craven despite what happens, even after, of course, he kills Harry, that he almost basically kills Craven and gets stopped. And the fact that Mysterio's got a little bit more hurt. Like I said, he's my favorite Spider-Man villain. And I love this interpretation of Quentin Beck. It's very interesting, but we really don't get the circumstance. Like I said, it kind of pushes, like we feel like we have to rush to the end of the issue to get this whole that Peter, Mary Jane, and the kids are going to go on the run with all those pieces on it. It's the only cons I have in such an extremely strong issue that I do not have to really be upset of, between the artwork, the story, the characterizations, the little subplots, and the shocking, shock after shock that happens by this issue. I'm sorry, I have to give this thing. I have to give it an A plus. It is a very, very strong issue. It's incredible. I really enjoyed it, and I am so here for more of it. I am ready for this next storyline in the Ultimate Sandman in issue 15. But wow, What a cliffhanger ending. But like I said, with the little things about the insurance program that Harry talks about, or the fact that we have Mysterio that's kind of in on this, is Harry Osborn really dead? That's an interesting question, but I guess we'll find out here in the next couple issues. But with that note, guys, thank you for checking out my review as always, and thank you for the support here over all this time, especially here with Ultimate Spider-Man. This has been an amazing book to review, and with my other one story. So if you like what it is, think about subscribing here. Like I said, I have my occasional live feeds on my channel, and of course, sharing it here. And if you want more, go definitely check us out at the SpiderManCrawlspace.com for all your amazing Spider-Man news, podcasts, and more reviews. And definitely think about joining our Patreon, amazing rewards and everything else. And on that note, everybody, I will talk to you later.